Hello, Reckoning7 and welcome back to Combat Mission Battle for Normandy as we continue with La Mancelliere, the bonus mission and final mission of the Scottish Corridor campaign. And so far we're having a slow but steady advance. We've gone about 25 minutes in and we're just kind of clearing out German positions. We've pushed back the initial front line of infantry everywhere we found it with fairly light casualties. I think our death toll stands at 3 if I'm not mistaken, just an entire scout team of 2 pixel trooping infantrymen there, and one unlucky Tommy again on our scout teams, where a bunch of our casualties usually fall. Other than that, things have been going pretty well. On the downside, our fighter bomber has proven to be woefully ineffective. So there's a Panzer. Well, okay, I'll take it back. Fairly ineffective. He's not done nothing. Panzer IV there, which we called our Typhoon fighter bomber on. He dropped his was it 2,000 kilogram load? I'm not even sure you'll tell me anymore. No. Missed with both of them. Evaded strafe with 20mm AP and has caused some penetrations and hopefully some damage and some casualties. We don't know. It's now backed off and is lost in the smoke. Our kind of plays for this episode, firstly, would be to try and make a move on some of these panzer positions that we know about. Probably trying to flank them with our own archer with this Churchill troop. Failing that we can't take anything out via the air. We've also want to break through this wall and so we can get our infantry into this south yard. Now our movement here is going to be limited by virtue of this panzer here. It's kind of dominates the edge of that, but we can at the very least break through this wall because we know this sight line is blocked by another wall. Some Germans we saw in this barn will give us a toehold. We probably do need to come and clear out these houses by hand at some point, but we can leave that for our reserve platoon. If there is a German lurking, then it's going to upset our points for the objective. That's great. Beyond that, other decisions I made between episodes was to our self-propelled artillery here. Our 25 pounder, I'm going to bring them up onto this left flank. I think we can make best use of them here. Yeah, I'd really like my engineers to get forward so we can blow a hole in this hedge to open up this. Provided we can get there without coming a cropper against some of these 75 high velocity shells that the Panzer IVs are going to throw us. Oh, and in good news for anyone that can remember this being an issue, was that our sniper leader here, Chatton, has managed to eradicate himself from this hedge. So once the marksman itself has caught up, they will be free to go and be a scout team again. So this poor chap has walked all the way over there, all the way back, and then we'll have to... Oh, the other kind of important feature, which I can't remember if I've talked about it yet, is was what to do with my artillery, right? So also we have Typhoon fighter bomber. We're getting one later. Right now, off map, we've got some mortars which we're kind of using. We've got we've got an HQ unit calling in a mortar strike here. We've got one which is just expending all its ammo, worrying that back hedge. I feel that this FO is going to primarily be involved in running around the place directing our Typhoon attack, because he's got quite a lot of AP rounds. So I'm quite happy to move him around and use him as best we can. But 10 minutes call-in time apiece, that's going to essentially be a full-time job for that FO. Which means I'm not going to be able to use this guy to call in the rest of our 25 pounders and the rest of our 4.5. So what I thought it would be to take one of these HQ units. Now the call-in times for these are pretty long, so you're up to 17 minutes. But my plan is to get him all the way up into this area and to set up the 4.5-inch barrage on Priam itself. 17 minutes, so that's a long call-in, but especially by the time we get there. So that's good, because we're not going to be getting to that towards the end of the mission, so it'd be nice to kind of hammer it shortly before we're working. That's the plan for those. Haven't got a solid plan for the rest of the 25 pounder rounds yet. I suspect it will involve this guy once he's finished with the 3-inch mortar rounds, because that's only another 6 or so minutes. I will then free him up to be a kind of spotter for the rest of these 25 pounders. And there we go. He says, and always remember something else. Also getting our Vickers placement over here just to help out with these remnants of infantry which are worrying our scouts. So convince them it was a bad idea. We shall see. Right, let us click the go button, see what happens, and then we'll consider our next moves. Mainly going to involve, I think, waiting for engineers to get in position. Spotting some Germans back here on and off, they haven't really moved. Aha! I was waiting to find this spot though. So we had been, we have shot up this infantry unit pretty badly. Knew there was at least one person left and there is just hiding in the field. I wonder if guys might make the spot eventually. The action is. Vickers is firing blind at the minute. I'm hopeful these guys, yeah, they should engage. They take care of, or you know, get shot. Ah, that's upsetting. Oh, of course, Bren Gunner. Always. There would appear to be a few more infantry left than we had anticipated. That's upsetting. Okay, they've now broken and ran for it. What are you doing? Oh my god, there's loads of them. Okay. That was a few more people than expected. Right. You guys are unfortunately slightly ineffective. You will continue to at least fight with these two. 40, you've got just a car. I'm sure there was a machine gun fire from over here though, which is actually what caused the injury. Oh, do you know who I think actually might have injured you? I think it's machine gun fire from their Panzer. Okay, I can't gripe about that actually. We've been unbelievably skirting with luck the entire time along here. I thought we had inflicted a few more casualties on this group, but no, that's a reasonable number of troops we've got here. I would dearly love get fewer. Less. My grammar has now failed me. Can we see the machine gunner? No, you're just a rifleman. Okay. Cool. Can I say that? My options. Hopefully it's going to involve okay, good. Command phase. Let's sort this flank to begin with. I'd like you to pull back to here. Fine. Let's not mess around. Let's give you a can see it. I know there's a fence in the way. A machine gunner, we definitely got him right there. I get that. I get that this is a fence. But honestly, you can shoot through them. Really the right line. I'll tell you what, maybe I might hang on. It helps if I maybe click this node. There we go, right then. Yeah, that looks good. Make the spot positive identification. They should switch anyway, but let's not pin our hopes on the commander spawning a thing. Right, you are running out of things you can see. I would quite like to try and move you up though, and that's confident, and that's usually dangerous. We have cleared out the remnants of infantry here. I mean, it makes me incredibly nervous. Come down here, and then you're going to head up to essentially using this house to block from here, you guys haven't been taken out entirely by the Stuart, we can provide some, and potentially some other positions along here. It's a bit risky. All it takes is for a German to wake up as they cross this open ground, and some bad things could happen. Well, hopefully you guys can just pick off these frightened Germans, but they do have an MP40, so we can easily take a casualty there. Fortunately, they're not in a great position for us to try and get any kind of fire down in on them. Yeah, that's not true. We can focus at least the guy at the back. You're going to end up much more forward than I really anticipated you to be. Okay. Let's see if we can keep them just suppressed, pinned, generally upset with what is going on. That will be okay. We have a scout team here. Is it worth popping your head through? Potentially. Or our HQ unit gets here. Well, unfortunately for you, our HQ unit is far more valuable, so please do pop your head through and let me know what you can see. Parents get shot. You guys are... Oh, sorry. You're taking a long time to get down here, and I think I'm going to risk... Oh. Jog. Comfortable, there's no... Well, I say that. I was comfortable there's no infantry we knew about, and that's how I lost a scout to a German hiding in this hedgerow, which I'm now absolutely annihilating with machine gun fire from my tanks. Although we've not seen sight nor sound of them since, so who knows. Which is one of the reasons I want to get these guys in position. Also need to do something more useful with my mortar, but I'm not sure. Okay. Enough wittering for just now. On a minute. See if we can get eyes on that Panzer again. No. Good. Come over this way. Okay. Ah, good. Yeah. Thank God, getting in good effect there. Unfortunately, these guys are continuing to run, so they will probably evade our Stuart's efforts. Yeah. Unfortunate. Again, I think it's just rifle, a marksman. Rifle, and an MP40. The MP40 is what I mean. 3 riflemen, I wouldn't worry too much about that. It can definitely do some damage. MP40 is always dangerous. You got an actual physical spot? No, you're just hard command. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, and our engineer's in position. So the plan is to blow a hole in the wall and have this Stuart in as support against any. Looks like our fire mission is well and truly over for our plane. That may be all they're going to do at this time. And the real question is, do I want you guys quite far? Maybe I'll just keep you there as scouts. Who are making it quite happily in this general direction. Oh, the tank is there. This position should still allow you to put some rounds at those fleeing Germans. Yeah, you can't see. I think if we pull you back any further... Oh, you can... well, ish. Alright, just clear target. Well. Reverse slightly. Make sure you are facing this direction. Let you guys to blast through. This position and face yourself. I'm worried these guys are going to pop through and then just get shot from somewhere. Although it's not many angles into this compound, just whoever's in here. Could well be. You have come through and can't see anything yet. I'd like to put you in here, to be perfectly honest. That should be a good view down that road. Can you see where that tank was rumoured to be? No, you can't. It's the wall that's blocking you. It is. Oh, you can't see nothing at all in this direction. Well, that's not very useful. Okay. Pop yourselves into there. Please don't draw fire, but we shall see. Free section. Again, this stuff I was fine, but there you go. Position B, and our engineers are slowly making them across. That's okay. I might let you sit there for a minute before I give you another order. I think first I'm going to try and pull you down here, just to get some more sight into the village. You guys have expended a lot of rounds. No, I'll keep doing it. Let's keep doing it until you get into position. I'm feeling probably overconfident, so please just run there so we can get this confirmed and we can save ourselves. Good. Fine, is our sniper team ready to move? Huzzah! Well done, lads. How are you? You're not even knackered. Good job. I'll go for a little run through wheat fields because I really want you to be up front. Get yourselves over here, and I'm probably going to try and set you up at the edge of that field so you have a look down towards the rest of the valley. Excellent. Okay, let's crack on.
Hello,
Our infantry push here hasn't really got much further forward than what we're running out of things to do. Yeah, I can't hang around here too much longer. I should probably actually pull my infantry back. Looks to be the target of the German artillery. Here. Right, blast is through. Team is in. Yeah, that smoke's going to obstruct their view though. This is what I feared. It is. Yeah, the remnants of the machine gun. Yes, killed one. Wow. Congratulations. I don't know your name, but that was that's some lightning reflexes. We were briefed. We'd seen him enter the building before. That may be the barn, to be perfectly honest. Okay. Where are you guys going? You're not getting this building from the woods. Alright, that may do it. Alright, a fairly quiet minute, but we got our job done in terms of creating this gap, which allows a little bit more manoeuvre, although not huge amounts. Again, this guy is dominating our few vision, and then we've got another tank park just to the edge there. Why, this building would have been perfect. I didn't check for doors. Now, can my team get in here before they're spotted and shot? That is a big ask. Not sure. I mean, we could use some of our charges. We've still got 6 left. Put a hole in the back of this. And that may not be terrible, but I mean, there's not too many other known obstructions that we definitely want to go. Big spend just to get some eyes on this guy. Don't do that though. Okay, so more options. Yeah, okay, we can come in here. Think what the next move is. Deploying, not deployed. Please deploy. Cool. Rounds is good. Ah, I'll tell you what I haven't done. Acted our backup plan. There. Advance. Right. I need probably put a little bit of thought about what our next move is, so I'm going to go to that and I'll come back and let you know what it is. Okay, decisions have been made. If we've stalled out enough, we need to make this armoured push across to this position on the hill. To do that, there's a couple of things I want to try and do before we commit. First is identify this Panzer's new location. Our scouts moving down here. I'll reposition the FO, just hopefully get some better eyes, just so we know we're not going to drive into its line of sight. Also going to grab the mortar, 2-inch mortar, bring up here, just to drop some smoke in and around, because we were concerned of just maybe a glancing view we might get off the Panzer in this position. And then we're just going to have to take a bit of a calculated risk, push ourselves around there, and then that'll allow us to start attempting to flank each of these individual Panzer positions. So goes the theory. To support this, so I had a look at this little house as a obviously a lookout down this road, and contemplated blasting from the back of it. There are no windows on this side, and so I don't know how much vision we're going to get from that down this road. I can't brush that plan. And then I thought, well, what other positions are good? And actually, coming up to potentially this house and up to the very top story, which we know there's a room at the back. I mean, trees are a bit of an issue, but that gives us a bit of sight. If we come into the window, kind of down this area, maybe spot on that Panzer, depending on how generous we're feeling to get through these. Potentially not, but I still think it might be a reasonable place to try and take. Also, it would be good to have a connection between our kind of here, stronghold's a strong word, but position here, that doesn't involve walking in front of a Panzer sightline. So I'm going to bring the blast team back in to blow a hole in this hedgerow, and then that allows us to cross the road here and get into these houses without, ideally without kind of coming under fire of, yeah, Panzer up there, Panzer there, well, that's it really. Now we know there's probably a few Germans left lying around, so I suspect this will involve a little bit of a fight, but that's okay. I mean, potentially we could try and swing one of our Stuarts around the long way. So I think actually if you came out this way, it might have view. He might have a view. I don't know exactly where he is. Hate to lose you at this stage. And that's fine. That's ridiculous, right? We don't need to do that because you can provide fire support from here, and that's exactly what I'll do. I'll change this to start having to go at that building again. Cool. So that's the plan. And it's going to happen next couple minutes because, like I say, I think the last 5 minutes or so, maybe 10 minutes, we've kind of stalled it out. I hope this is not our spotting rounds. I had realised that's what it could be for our. Sounds more like it's for our spotting rounds. So, I did the thing that I sent this. Okay, things are happening. I sent the scouts back to potentially medicate their buddy. Didn't really think about that because obviously they're now sitting in line of sight for that guy's machine gun, which is why their buddy got killed in the first place. So that was a poor move on my part, actually. And I just pulled them out and accept I'm not getting that brain gun again. However, down here we've finally spotted our troublemaker, and respect his iron will. And there's more than just you here because, well, one, 'cause it's an HQ unit, and two, your officer has an MP40. I want him gone. Okay, let's troop down. There he is, cowering now. Please someone put him on his misery. There we go, beautiful. Nicely done, nicely done. Okay, last resistance in this position cleared out. That's good. Oh, some reports of troops and vehicles coming down this road. That's interesting. I wonder what's reporting on that. That's good to know. We do know the Germans were getting reinforcements. Oh, ouch. Yeah, that was German spotting around. So I had been trying to rush these troops through it. Light wound. Oh, of course the brain gunner went down. But obviously I've not made it through quickly enough. Disappointing. Okay. You'll go back and get them after you've blasted that hole through. Yeah, you boys just clear out. You clear out. Yours are just kind of parked up for just now. You should be deployed, so I'm presuming you're about to engage. And I think you guys are just going to have to leave the brain gun behind. I'd like to try and scout over in this direction. Ideally, I'd like to get you guys over here. May draw fire from this position is the only thing. Also, how are you guys getting on? Still spotting. Yeah, I don't want to go too close to that. Really what I want to do is get you up into this area. That's slightly risky for just now. But I'll scooch over a little bit and hopefully get some eyes into this field. I'm upset we didn't clear it out here quickly enough. But them's a break sometimes. Right, we no longer need this target. We've dealt with that despicable fellow. Pretty satisfied about. And do you know what? I'll just have you guys move over into that position. Fine. We're heading down. Sniper's moving over. 2-inch more is going to get into position shortly. I think maybe minute after next we might make the move. Also need to reposition my FO. If you can't see that tank, we're going to have to move him somewhere where you can see a tank. Right, you boys need to get up and run. Don't just lie there. That way lies ruin. Unfortunately, these guys seem to have got it off before Vickers can get involved. Looks like our scouts have been spotted by someone. Hazard guess, it's potentially that tank. Well, it could be this one actually down here. Ouch. Another light casualty, doing surprisingly well. And shrugging off panzer shells. Okay, you guys are up and moving. -1 pixel tripping. Unfortunate, but there you go. Gap in the hedge grade. You now push through. Okay. Aha! This is excellent. We will want to know where he was. He has just... yeah, he's moved in a slightly worse position for us, to be perfectly honest. A much worse position for us. Previously, we could hide behind... he was in here, and we could hide behind these buildings. And then hide behind this building to block him off. Kill him with trees and other buildings block him off. But now we are going to be eyes on to this fellow. Interesting. You decide what I can do about that. Where is he looking? No commander out, looking dead ahead. I mean, my other option, let's say, is you just drive all 4 of your Churchills up here and aim to outgun him. That will expose us potentially to fire from this ridge line back here, so we do have to be careful of that. Definitely an option. One we're going to have to take sooner or later. Right, in the meantime, let's get across this road. So I would like to use you guys to just make sure there's no one in this house that's in any way, shape or form effective. And shoot that, that's good. You go for the ground floor. Second floor. Let's push a little bit of firepower. Hunt. Just into that position. And then we'll push you into the building. And then we're going to have to go marauding with our tanks. So once we take this building, we'll position ourselves to push. I think we may have to just go en masse and try and pick a fight, which doesn't fill me with joy. Just to hold fire where you are for a minute or two. I will have to do something else with you, because you are now no longer in a useful position. Maybe not actually. Might be able to worry some of the potential German positions over here. Keep that in thought. Alright. Like, one more minute. And we'll see where we are. Break this household, which is good. Our vicars getting involved. Excellent, they made a positive spot there. Against, yeah, again, we have known about these guys, so good. I'm happy for them to flick some casualties. And despite all that, there were indeed some Germans with a machine, just bolt action rifles. I'm happy about the dead Germans are up here. Unfortunately, I have inflicted casualty on our breach team here. Don't have the brain gun. But they are. These guys are being very accurate, and they are now getting support in terms of this detachment from the first section. Go on, open up. Come on, Bren. There you go. No, I thought he killed the brain gunner, but it was the engineering brain gunner I was looking at. Okay, I want to check whether he died or he just went curled up. No, he died. See his helmet ping off. Good night. Okay, that should be this position cleared out, so I'll probably move in with our officer detachment, because he's got a Stein gun, which is helpful for his kind of short range spraying. And that gives a good position of that house. Hello. Oh, hello. Oh dear lord. That's not terrifying in the slightest. Okay. How are we going to take care of that? Don't know. if he just stays there, that might be the next job for you. I think that might be the case. Is to get you. Depends if he advances, it's not. But if we can get you up into, well, essentially this position right here. Take care of that. But it does mean our tank push not going to work because as soon as we come over this rise. Okay. Well, this just got tricky. So, okay, we're at 35 minutes. I don't really want to call it a halt here. Same time, I need to rethink what I'm doing, so I'm going to, right, so slightly shorter. I need to plan out what comes next. Again, I think, fine progress pushing out the infantry. We haven't taken out a single German tank yet, which frustrates me. I wish we had done slightly more damage. And my plan for coming up and dominating this over Churchill's large king-shaped hole in it. We may have to decide, well, okay, what's backup plan? Is that going to be to push infantry at these guys? Which I don't really want to do, but potentially try and flank them. Speaking of which, I'm going to put this order in before I forget about it, because I've probably been sitting there for... I need you to get moving, buddy. Okay, good. Well, yeah, do please leave your thoughts below. This is going to be an interesting thought on what comes next. So, word of warning, it'll probably be a week before the next one of these drops, just because I'm away, and although I've got 2 pre-recorded, the last 2, I don't get back until the Thursday when I usually drop one, so it won't be until the Saturday, so a week from now before the next one. So plenty of time for you guys to let me know what you think I need to do about our large and heavy problem at the back here. But yeah, hope you have enjoyed it. I think it's going okay. I'm starting to feel, even though there's an hour left, a little bit of time pressure. So I feel we got bogged down in the last 10-15 minutes. We do need to start making some bigger pushes forward. Afraid that this has gone pretty awry. Guess you can't see too much of that circle, but there we go. Anyway, I'm wittering now. Yeah, I'll catch you guys all next time. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you later on. Cheerio.